On Wednesday approved the 1.485 trillion naira 2025 budget for Rivers State following President Bola Tinubu's submission of the appropriation bill to the National Assembly after the suspension of the State House of Assembly.
The kind of amount of money that this government is giving to states is an evidence that this country does not know what exactly to do with money. They do not know how to cost costs. Just look at Rivers State alone got 1,485,000,000 naira. Now I want to ask, how has this money that is being given to states bettered the lives of the citizens? How has it? Has it made the lives of the citizens in a state better than it was before? I really want to know. Has insecurity stopped? Has all the roads been built? Has the price of fuel in those states reduced? What exactly has this money that is being given to all this big money that runs in billions? Well, the state of emergency that was declared in Rivers State because of the fight or disagreement between Fubara, the current governor of Rivers State, and Nyesom Wike, who is recently a minister in FCT, Abuja. When the state of emergency was declared, the lawmakers were also put on hold. But we were expecting this state of emergency to be declared in Benue State and other states in Nigeria that are currently going through insecurity, genocide, but nothing of such was declared. But just a misunderstanding between two politicians, state of emergency has been declared. We are just watching. We are just spectators in all these things. We don't have mouth. The one that we said in 2023 was not heard enough. We were silenced. Our mandate was taken away. So we are just spectators in this thing that is happening in Nigeria. I want you to listen to see this news with me.
Now, the Senate on Wednesday approved the 1.485 trillion naira 2025 budget for Rivers State following President Bola Tinubu's submission of the appropriation bill to the National Assembly after the suspension of the State House of Assembly. The budget now awaits assent and implementation pending executive formalities. Also, the Senate was momentarily divided on Wednesday as it deliberated over the appointment of the chairman of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, Michael Odei. The Senate confirmed Odei following the submission of a report by Bamidele Okweyemi, the majority leader and chairman of the ad hoc committee on the Rivers Emergency Rule. Senator Abdul Ningi, representing Bauchi Central, objected to Odei's nomination, citing concerns about regional representation. Ningi's observation was quickly supported by Senator Alin Dume, who warned against undermining the constitution. Well, joining us on the show to discuss the appointment of Michael Odei as the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission chairman and the Rivers State budget approval is Honorable Bernard Miko, former member of the House of Representatives. He will also share his thoughts on the recent meeting between President Tinubu, Minister Wike and Governor Fubara and the suspended Rivers lawmakers. Good morning, sir, and welcome to the program today.
Thank you very much, Avimbai.
Well, Honorable Miko, I think that the latest development is the Peace and Reconciliation meeting, father figure meeting that was held yesterday at the Villa between the president and the warring parties in Rivers State, namely Sim Fubara, the suspended governor, and also the godfather of Rivers politics, Minister Nyesom Wike. I think we should start by getting your input about this. We have said, I have argued, that it looks like an unconditional surrender by Sim Fubara, who had the support of Ijo youths in Rivers, elders, whom we can even dismiss as the elders who don't know what they are doing. But now he went alone, apparently, because it was the Martin Amewule and Wike faction present at that meeting. Now, what's your reading of this surrender by Sim Fubara and the implications for the state of emergency that have been imposed on Rivers State? Let's begin from there before we begin to talk about Michael Odei and indigenship.
Well, Ruben, thank you and good morning to you and some other crew members. Let me start by congratulating Mr. President for the passage and the National Assembly for the passage and signing of the tax reform bill, into law. It has, we discussed that on this platform. Now, yesterday, we witnessed on the television the meeting of our suspended governor, Fubara, and other stakeholders at the presidential villa. You see, we don't have details. It's like meeting the villa with the president is like meeting of the Sanhedrin in the Bible. So nobody have a complete details of what has transpired. But our position as elders of the state is that we have been very consistent in advising all parties to pursue the path of peace and reconciliation in Rivers State. And as a Rivers man, if you have traveled by sea before, and and you fall into a violent storm, a tempest, all you do is to pray to God, whether it's Mami water or Papi water or whatever forces that control the oceans, to take you alive to safety. So for the ordinary Rivers people, we are not talking of surrender or no surrender. We have encouraged the governor, and he has also maintained that position to do whatever is necessary, for Rivers people to have peace, to live together as one. I don't see any warring factions here. I see political disagreement. And in politics, you don't have enemies, you have opponents. Opponents in terms of ideas, in terms of beliefs, and in terms of interest. So whatever is the interest that have divided or policies that have divided our people, I think this is time to come together. We just a few days back, we saw some major countries, world powers, throwing tariffs, missiles between countries. And now after 12 days, they said they will go to part of reconciliation and discussion, use diplomacy. Rivers people, we want to toe that path. We have been there almost 90 days. This state of emergency is over 3 months. And we want him back. We want Rivers people to enjoy the dividends of democracy, as it were.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, some might say that truly. Can you hear me, Honorable Miko?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. Some might say that Rivers State is turning out to be such a hospitable state, especially Cross Riverians are celebrating that Rivers State has been a fantastic host to some of the best that Cross Rivers has to offer, from a sole administrator, now chairman of the Electoral Commission. But the question is, what is the reception from the people? Because the concern is that, although some people are arguing and saying that it's better to bring somebody neutral, where issues concerning the Electoral Commission are concerned, other people are saying this is unheard of and unspeakable. It may not be illegal, but many people are feeling that it's unethical, and there are so many qualified Rivers State indigents. So where do you stand on this issue? Do you think it's right that it will bring neutrality and so a sense of peace and decorum to bring an outsider, so to speak, not a Nigerian still, but from a different state? Or do you think that this disenfranchises Rivers State people, because it almost seems like there's a proxy from somewhere being brought to be a headmaster over your local elections?
Thank you, Wimbai, for that question. I think most of the answers in that question have been found when this matter was introduced in the Senate. I think the Senate leader made this contention very clearly, that it is illegal or illegitimate or abnormal for somebody from another state to come and preside over the affairs of our state, not only as a sole administrator, but also as a chairman of the Rivers Independent Electoral Commission. You see, for we, the elders of the states, we are not pursuing the path of legality or otherwise. We are pursuing the path of peace. But the precedent that have been set by this situation is that if there are any confusion in Nigeria today, and as members of the regional bloc like ECOWAS or AU, and people die or some other things happen, one of these countries could say that, look, we want an independent person, not a Nigerian, to come and conduct elections in our own country. But you see, we for now, we are very much focused on bringing back our state to normalcy. If this man has been brought from Cross River, Mr. Ode, I understand that others from Abuja also has been brought to Rivers State. I think the governor should come and conduct, whether it's local government election or whatever affairs that they want him to do. People should not be apprehensive. We are all Rivers people. People should not be apprehensive about people they have chosen. I don't see any major factions here. I see divisions in interest. Fubara himself belonged to the camp of the other side. And I saw them on television this morning, shaking hands and doing things together. But what does the interest of the entire Rivers people, the majority, over 7 million Rivers people, stand in this matter? We allow a few people, to dictate the pace of affairs in Rivers State. Now, budget was taken to court and it was shut down. and now you have somebody from another state. We are happy that, of course, the budget has been presented, to the National Assembly acting for the state, and it has been passed into law by the president. But will somebody else not having the mandate come and execute our budget? I was in Port Harcourt. I just came from Port Harcourt, and all the projects, that was sprinting all around the whole state have stopped because there was no budget, to fund what the governor started, and that has been shut down by the Supreme Court. So for us, we will welcome anything. I understand in cultures that a woman looking for a child will lie anyhow they ask her to lie. So for us, we are not bothered about what is happening, whether it's legal. But this is a moral issue, or rather a political issue, rather than being right or wrong. So we want to pursue the path of reconciliation, peace, and tranquility. So we are not going to apportion blame that either left was right or right was right. So we want to pursue the path of peace.
With due respect, Mr. Miko, I've been laughing since in my mind as you came and what it is to say this body. Mr. Miko, is this not you that said that you people are in solidarity with Fubara? Is this not you that said Wike is not the godfather of rivers? It's God that is the godfather of rivers. Mr. Miko, you said those things. What changed? Is it because the game didn't play in favor of Fubara today? You have not aligned with Wike? Because, that's why I can't do politics. So I don't understand you politician. But you said these things now. I thought you would support Fubara till the end. It's not you that said we gave Fubara our mandate. We should support who we gave our mandate. Wike is no longer governor.
Up till this moment, Wike is no longer governor, and he's doing well in FCT. We appreciate that. Fubara remains our governor. He's only been suspended based on the situation in Rivers. But you can attest to the fact that in the past 3 months, no single soul have died in Rivers State. And you can compare that with other states where soldiers have been killed and 500, 300 people died and no state of emergency.
Sorry, where souls dying when Fubara was there?
I completely stand with former members of National Assembly, with the elders of Rivers State, behind Fubara, that there is need for him to toe the path of reconciliation as he's doing.
Were souls dying when Fubara was there?
Yes, please.
Were souls dying when Fubara was there?
No, souls are not dying. This is
so what's the meaning of no single soul?
We have found ourselves in an unfortunate situation in Rivers State, and we just want to get out of this situation.
But you people then were saying that he's the man with the mandate. So now that he's been arm twisted and be pulled down, I thought you people would speak up for him, but you're not speaking up for him. I don't leave the man on his own. Now he has to go and beg.
Exactly,
so it looks as though, to me, that you people deceived him. I thought you would condemn Wike this morning. Now you are the one saying that Wike is doing good in FCT. I thought you would condemn the aberration of the state of emergency. Mr. Miko.
The law. You see, if we look at the law, even the Wike instead have said it, that once you leave a position, if they don't want your advice, you leave. If you want to take him by his own words, I think what he's doing is unacceptable to Rivers. But now we don't want to go back to the past. We are looking at the future. How do we correct an unfortunate situation we have found ourselves? Okay. You can see him standing alone, but the elders of Rivers State are with him in spirit.
So would you respect?
God is with him.
I just want God is with him. You see, human beings. God is with him. Would you respect? It's official now that Wike is the godfather of Rivers State's politics, because he has fought the governor and he has conquered, and the governor has kowtowed to him. True or false?
Well, I wouldn't use the word kowtow because we have advised him, and he has also said so, to take the path of reconciliation.
And that's kowtowing now.
That part we want to pursue.
Wike won in the end.
Honorable.
Well, that might be true. Yes, that might be. You see, that should be left for those in the academia and research.
Honorable Miko, look, I know you are a stakeholder. You represented, is it Gokana constituency and all of that?
Yes, from Gokana.
Yeah, okay. Now, what are your expectations? Against the background of the intervention of the president yesterday, what will you say we are likely to see next? Do you think that the suspension, the state of emergency will be lifted, and Fubara will return to office, local government elections will be held, Ibo Kete Ibas will leave the office, they will compensate him since he has been very loyal and enthusiastic and devoted to the unconstitutional assignment. What are your own expectations? What would you like to see next? Or do you think the meeting yesterday will be an exercise in futility? Because you never know.
No. You see, Dr. Abati, we are anxious for the governor to return to his seat, to execute the mandate given to him by Rivers people. We are not. We cannot speak for the retired admiral. he is already in retirement and still drawing his benefit. The issue of compensation here does not arise. You know, the budget has been shut down by the courts, not by the president. Whatever led to that is a story for another day. What we want is that let the budget that has been passed, you know, be executed by the governor, and let him also come and conduct the local government election. We can't wait any further, you know, because this was the reconciliation we were looking for. We didn't call for this, but it happened to us. So what else can we say? We don't have powers, you know, to begin to and twist. We don't want to see bombs flying here and there, terrorists and all that. We want peace in our state. We stand completely with the people of Rivers State that have elected Governor Fubara as our governor. He went to Supreme Court and won the case. So whatever interest that is bedevils our state, we want it, you know, to just die with what has happened, you know, in the past.
I just want to confirm very quickly before we go, you know, you'd made reference to the fact that, of course, we all saw that Governor Fubara went alone. I'm just curious, were you invited or did you receive the news like the rest of us from the media?
Well, I received the news like any other person on the television. You know, I don't think he was, I cannot speak for him, but I saw my former colleagues, people from my place also on the other side. We don't want to encourage division in our state. In future, let those in the universities, you know, the academia, do research and find out, you know, as academic papers and debates, who was right or who was wrong. We are not going into that now. We want the governor to hit
Those who start writing academic papers on the shenanigans of Rivers State politicians. No, thank you. We know that you have just confirmed that Fubara went alone. He didn't go with those elders. He didn't even go with people like you. The deal is done.
God and the heritage of Rivers State is with him.
Which people of Rivers State? The gods of Rivers State. Anyway, it's okay. We are on the same page. We want peace in Rivers State. Thank you very much.